Story number 8. Will impeaching Donald Trump change anything? Now, we've seen Trump feuding with almost everybody in Congress. We've seen him feuding with business owners, activists, people who are heavily involved in government. He's also been feuding with Elijah Cummings. Maryland politicians, Maryland leaders, political leaders have been standing up for Elijah Cummings. He basically said that he needs to fix his districts where it's slums, rat infested. So some people see this as tough talk that needs to be said, and some people say that this president is really overstepping his boundaries because he's causing a lot of strife. And one thing about America is America has a lot of diplomats, a lot of humanitarian aid workers, a lot of peaceful people who want to see people working together rather than causing hatred, fighting like a reality show, as if this is like a big game where you say what you feel and you get everybody all revved up and nothing gets done, but people get hurt. People cause riots. You rouse up radicals like in the white supremacists, black supremacist groups, and all it causes more strife, more war. Nothing gets done. It's like arguing with being in a bad marriage where people argue and really nothing gets done. So you see a lot of activists saying that, is that a reason to impeach Trump? Is the fact that this man addressing things, old wounds, will it help anything? Or is it helping anything? Or does this president needs to be impeached? And this is a very, very big story that that's why it's in the top 8, because we've seen this man get on Twitter, lash out, and it's caused a lot of problems across the world, the globe. Democrats may be smelling blood in this effort to impeach Trump. Could this be political? Is the fact that the media makes points that the president does lie in some of his speeches, the fact that he does have some ties with Russia, and the fact that he will not, some people just will not admit it. You can read multiple books, multiple sources saying that this president has engaged in unethical behavior, but this may be the fact that the fact that he says things that he feels and that a lot of people do feel but just don't say. Is this good for a representative democracy where you have all different types of people coming together, all different types of arts? Is this the fact that some people should be able to bring these points to light by using Twitter or any type of way? And this is also influencing policy. It's influencing behavior now because a lot of people are coming to the table to talk about these issues. De Blasio says that Trump will not be welcomed back to New York after his presidency. So you can see this man lashing out. And reminds me of a movie a while back. I think it was Robert De Niro. I can't remember what this movie was, but this guy, it was about a politician who just said everything that he felt, and at the end of the movie, he was basically disowned and assassinated. So you see this strategy from the Trump administration by aggressively homing in on issues that need to be discussed, and it creates a lot of just hostility from each side. But there's also been another story that surfaced in as a lot of press has evidence. I talked about this in the Mueller report that shows that Trump has had a habit of lying about his business dealings, and even when he's talking about suing House Means and Ways committees, talking about suing New York State officials to protect his tax returns. The fact that this president may be hiding some things or may have gotten. This is like looking at a lot of different sides of ways of looking at a spear, and the thing is, the spear is round, but it has no angles. But you're looking at the spear, and you're seeing people bring up the fact that they work hard, and there should be rewards for working hard, and there's people who come from poor class of society saying you cannot forget where you came from, that poor people do need assistance, and the fact that they're using this talk to debate when it comes to this president's decisions is very scary, because of the fact that you can't relate to somebody who has little to somebody who has a lot. That person who has a lot is usually accountable for these people because they're working. So this talk about Trump's policies and the way he handles governing is a big topic, and it's creating a big stir in democracy. By him feuding with Elijah Cummings, a well-known civil rights activist, a Democrat from Baltimore, and they're talking about his district. I think the question is how this story will stay alive, and will it remain in the top stories because of the fact that ruffling the feathers, getting down and dirty in the pit with a lot of these leaders, and not looking at your own faults, and the fact that there's been a lot of mistakes within the right as well, and engaging with battles with the left. This is not. I don't think this is going to end well, but I do think this is going to address the fact of how things are addressed in this country. Polarization. Do these things need to be talked about, and how do you change it so it gets better in the future? So story number 8, very, very pivotal story. I did my best to try to be stay as level as possible when explaining it, when looking at it from both sides. So like I said, story number 8, when you talk about impeaching Donald Trump, will it change anything, or does the things that this president say need to be addressed, and do politicians need to be more aggressive in the style that they address these issues? So that's what that story in itself at the top of the pack, top of the pile. Like I said, those are our top 8 stories. And as you can see, it was tough, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to mediate. Somebody's got to stay in the middle. If you want to contribute anyway, help us out. You're in the Mediator with me, Brian West. Every week, give you the top 8 headlines developing news stories. METHOD, the number 8, INC.com, method80.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I am out of here. Got to the top 8. And as to close out, I want to thank all the news outlets once again, the journalists that keep us informed. You deserve all the credit. I am just the Mediator. Have a good week, everybody, and thank you for tuning to the Mediator with me, Brian West. I am out of here.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.